Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Random Dive, the show with no direction and low expectations. I apologize for the little hiatus. I was just a little busy with school, and you know, those priorities do come first. But today I'm joined by a special guest. He is a software engineer for NASA. He has met Elon Musk, and he is currently working on his own apps in development, pretty sure.
Trying to.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuy, thank you for coming, man.
Not a problem. Thanks for inviting me.
I know, man. We've been struggling a little bit now.
It's been a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, a few weeks going back and forth trying to schedule this out. Either I cancel, you cancel, we reschedule. But finally, you're here.
Right.
I'm excited to have you. All my guests so far have been women. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Have they?
Yeah, so Jenny...
Oh, I mean, your nephews.
Yeah, all my nephews, too.
Yeah.
Right, that was like a PG episode, you know? But no, my sister, she called me out on it. She goes, hey, have you noticed all of your episodes lately have been just women? And I'm like, well, I didn't think about it that way. But yeah, I mean, you had Nati, you had my sisters, and then my nephews and Esma, right? But it's funny because Esma was actually the one that reached out to me.
Really?
And she goes, hey, like, you know, would love to be on your show, or like something along those lines. And then it was the complete opposite with like some of our friends.
Right.
When they were like, they texted me that, hey man, I'm not coming on the show. They're like, I'm too shy, or I don't know what to talk about, or something like that.
It was Danny. Is that what Danny said?
Danny said something similar to that, and he told our barber that too, man.
Right. We like when we talk about it, we were saying like Afi needs to come because he's like,
dude.
I mean, I didn't know like,
yeah,
how much he was like traveling, or just because he would have more stories. But when I think that Instagram picture he had, I think he said like 80 countries. Like,
right.
This is,
dude, that's gonna be like
that's a 3-hour episode.
3-hour episode, right? And he's gonna have his own series, you know, like the Afi series.
Right.
But yeah, that guy, he's been everywhere. So I mean, I'll reach out to him because he's not back yet. I saw his picture. He just
no, he's back. He's been back.
Oh, he's been back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I just saw his post about him like being done with the Air Force.
Yeah, I mean, he went straight to work, so I think he's. I mean,
okay.
Everyone's still just kind of.
Everyone's doing
trying to figure out how to step outside still.
Trying to socialize. I know, right, man. So it's been tough. So I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen you in person.
Yeah, but when was it? It was when we went to Chicago, I think.
Yeah. So 2 months. But even before that, it was like a few months. It's been like 2-month intervals.
See, I went in some phases because I feel like once everything started, because I think. Like COVID, like it was already being talked about a lot. Yeah. And then, like, was it January, I think, still? Were they talking about it then, or was it a little later on? I think they were mentioning it in the news. Yeah. But I remember I went to visit a friend in Houston in February, and then...
Oh, right.
So I was still kind of just like,
Yeah,
you know,
like whatever.
it was just the flu, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, once the whole toilet paper crisis started happening...
Oh, then you started freaking out?
And then, I was like, oh, okay, this is like... I mean, it was just all over the news. Like, you go on Twitter, and it's just trending everywhere.
No toilet paper.
And then... Yeah, and then when I was like, oh... Then I guess it's pretty serious. So then, like, I committed. I was like... I mean, just the way people were talking about it, I was like, oh, I don't want to get my parents sick or anything like that. So I bailed. I was like, okay. Like, I'm going MIA for a little while. Yeah. But then I started getting a little... Like, I don't know. I think... Because I think that's when Vicente got his house first, too. Oh, okay. So we would go over, like, it went once. It was like, oh, okay. But that's nothing happened.
Everyone got sick. Right?
See, but, so I guess this was, I guess in September. That's kind of when I was starting to, like, step out. Okay. And then it happened a couple times. And then November, I think it was, like, the 1st of November that I, like, tested positive. It was like,
How did that go? How'd you feel?
To be honest... If Vicente wouldn't have texted me,
you wouldn't have noticed?
I would have just kept going because I think we were at his house like Thursday and then Saturday.
I'm pretty sure it was
same
like
weekend.
A Halloween party, right?
Yeah, he had people over.
Something like that.
And I think we were there Thursday for Thursday night football.
Oh, okay.
And then he texted me Tuesday. I was like, hey, how you feeling? And like I knew, I was like, oh my god. Especially because I mean, Jerry and Chili's were there.
And you guys tracked it down to the source, right?
Yeah. And then, he was going to text me, and I was like, I swear, as soon as he said, how am I feeling, I felt sick. I was like, I don't know what it is, but something's wrong with me. Yeah. And then, I think the next...
mental.
Yeah, I mean, right away, I was like, okay, I'm going to go I'm done. Like, I'm gonna go lock myself in the room. And like, besides when I got tested the next day.
Oh wow.
And then, I went straight to the room. Like, I actually like quarantined. I was like,
just straight isolation.
Yeah, and then
wow.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think so I'm pretty sure I got that weekend. So a week in is when I lost taste and smell.
Okay.
And that was weird.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I feel like when people get the flu or just like a cold, they kind of lose it.
Do you still see some of this? Because I know that's one of the biggest concerns right now, that people who have had COVID still see some like long-term effects.
Long COVID, yeah.
Like, do you still see some of those effects or no?
See, to be honest, I swear, like I definitely had a shortness of breath for a little while. Like and it was always like every time I would hop in my car. Like when I started driving somewhere, I was like, it feels like I started feeling a little like, just like, I don't know,
like wheezy, like a little dizzy, maybe.
Yeah, like I mean, like at first, yeah. See, and I didn't feel that when I had it. Like I said, I only lost taste and smell, and then like one of the last days that I was quarantining, I started like getting hives, like only at night. Like before I went to bed, like 2 nights I think I got it, and then I was good.
Wow.
And then
damn.
But after that, it just my chest just felt kind of tight, I guess. But it went away.
Yeah. Well, thankfully it wasn't that bad. I mean, I know some of our friends got it pretty bad. But now, like you said, like everyone's starting to step out. There's that little awkward transition of like, we forgot how to socialize.
Right.
You know, we forgot how to communicate, how to talk. But at the same time, you have people on the other side of the spectrum who have like, for example, me, like I didn't stop working at all. There was a short period where I did work from home for like 2 weeks maybe. But after that, it's still been in person, you know, throughout this whole pandemic. But what I've noticed is that a lot of my coworkers, they're burnt out, you know. I mean, it's a heavy responsibility working through this. I mean, everyone working from home too, right? I mean, they're tired of it, they're sick of it. But then you're seeing that those people that kept working through it, who adjusted, you know, and there's a huge burnout rate. They're looking for like now they want to go into lockdown so they can have like a few months of isolation. I wouldn't mind that.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, I don't think had an option to stop.
True. Yeah, and then so many other people like who wish they could have kept working, like lost their jobs. So I mean, I consider myself lucky just to have a job.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was such a weird year, such a weird, you know, event that we lived through, that we're still living through.
Yeah, and I feel like it was so much more overwhelming because, I mean, I don't know if I'm just getting older, so like I feel like maybe I notice things more or something, but just like everything going on, like you got the whole pandemic, and then I swear like all of 2020,
terrible.
You went on Twitter and like horrible things were happening, and it was
a terrible.
Like at some point you just, it's overwhelming.
Even now, I mean, right now, like, there's a lot of shit going on. Like, I mean, overseas too, with the whole, you know, Israel and Palestine thing. But that's a different conversation. But there's just so much going on. But I don't know if it's just like you said, if we're older and we're becoming more aware of these situations, and perhaps when we were younger, we were just a little bit ignorant. We just didn't care.
We're definitely more, a little more selfish. Probably be like,
right.
We're living.
Like, we're having fun.
We're just being spoiled and nothing. Oh yeah. But like the whole like Israel stuff. Like it was just, like, I mean, it was like 10 days of just. Yeah, I think today they just announced like a ceasefire. I think, but I don't know enough about that subject to like have an opinion on. But all I do know is that like innocent people were getting hurt, like being killed, kids, women and children were being killed. So that's very tragic, and it's a heavy subject. But like I said, I don't know enough. No, yeah, me neither. It's just,
But we'll be right back. Este programa es patronizado por Mueblerías Garcia. I want to give a big shout out to my cousin Arturo Garcia for the amazing display case that he made for me and my family. It's an awesome display case that he entirely made from wood, from scratch. It holds the wine bottle along with 2 wine glasses. So if you're interested in woodwork, if you're interested in shelves, or even if you want a similar model like this for yourself or for a loved one, feel free to reach out to my cousin Arturo Garcia and his business Mueblerías Garcia. Once again, muchas gracias Arturo por el regalo. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Random Dive. If you heard my last commercial, definitely give my cousin Arturo a DM, a message. Reach out to him if you're interested in those wooden display cases. I think they're beautiful. Like I said, not only are they wine display cases, but he also does like shelves, bookshelves, whatever, all that case. So yeah, Chuy and I were just discussing what we were doing throughout the pandemic. I mean, I know I definitely caught up on some shows, caught up on some video games. I mean, was it the same case for you?
At the beginning it was. Because I feel like there was a bunch coming out.
Yeah.
Or like, I think, did HBO Max come out last
year? It came out last year, like around November.
Yeah.
That's when it first came out.
Right.
But, I mean, I think now they're releasing like a different package, like a $10 package that includes commercials. Okay. Because the one that I have, it's like $15, but that's no commercials, and it's movies straight from the theater.
Right, yeah.
Which is very nice, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like, I enjoy that movie theater experience, So I can see the appeal, but, I'm not going to stick to, like, strictly streaming, You get me?
I mean, I think it's convenient, because I thought about that, like, when, the theaters were closing down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I feel like it makes sense, like a pay-per-view kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, I mean, if you go to a movie, I don't know how, like, the whole money thing works for them, but
right.
I mean, people go to the movie theater, like every person has to pay.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
here
exactly.
is like, I could have everyone over.
We can fill the house and everyone can watch the movie.
Yeah.
Literally, because I think at one point AMC was about to go bankrupt and people were donating. I think they donated millions of dollars to AMC just to keep it up and running throughout the pandemic. But nah, man, definitely. I caught up on a bunch of shows. But I feel like the quality of some of those shows weren't as good. I think they were just pumping out whatever they could, or whatever they had in stock.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like Disney Plus. It was like, The Mandalorian. That's definitely what got me through. Because that was last fall. Was it in the summer? Maybe.
I think
in the spring.
Yeah, season 1 was last spring. I think.
There was two seasons. No, it's been one season. No, yeah.
There's 2 seasons, no?
No,
there's 2.
No, there is. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's 2. Yeah. So I think the first one came out in spring. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but I know the last one came out.
It was probably 2 falls ago, because I think like HBO is committed to you're gonna wait a whole year for another season. Yeah, or longer.
But I know, so the Mandalorian season 3 is coming out this December, along with the Boba Fett one. Yeah. That's gonna be sick.
I don't know why I thought the Boba Fett one was gonna be just that was gonna be what the Mandalorian season 3 was gonna be.
Oh no, that's what I thought initially too. Because at the end of season 2, spoilers. At the end of season 2, they announced the book of Boba Fett.
Right.
But what they're gonna do? What I read a post that they released a statement saying that season 3 is gonna happen either this winter or next year. Right. But for sure, this December, the book of Boba Fett's gonna happen, which is pretty much the Mandalorian, but with Boba Fett. You know.
See, I think it's gonna be a good fall, because I think
it's gonna be decent.
I think Eternals is coming out.
Dude, yes, that looks sick. I know nothing about it.
I'm going. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's actually weird, because I mean it's a whole new phase, but I feel like there's still. I mean, there's a couple are. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna.
Dude, so this. I mean, what I've been reading, because, I mean, you're a fan of comic books and you're a fan of like all those movies and stuff, which I love, because I mean, you're like the one guy that I can talk to about it, you know.
Right.
But if you go on YouTube and if you follow, there's this one guy called Emergency Awesome, and there's another guy who's called, I think, Comic Book Live, or a Comic Live podcast, whatever. But anyway, it's two channels that discuss what's coming up.
Okay.
And so this Eternals movie, it is the beginning of a new phase for Marvel. But at the same time, that new Doctor Strange movie, supposedly Scarlet Witch is going to be the bad guy.
Wait, I forgot about that show too.
Dude, that show was so sick. That show was the WandaVision.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I actually feel really bad because I was. Wait, can we swear? I don't think it's a swear, but I hated it. Like the first couple episodes, like I thought the whole. I didn't know it was gonna transition to just a normal live action, or I mean, it was like a live action, but I just didn't like those old school filters to it.
Dude, yeah, that's the biggest complaint that I've gotten from people, even from like Marvel fans, like from talking to like work friends or other random people. They're like, oh well, the first 2 episodes, like I stopped watching after the first 2 episodes. Because of that reason, because they thought it was going to be like a 50s sitcom type shit. Right. When I'm like, no, dude, like keep watching. It gets a lot better, Right. And it is a very good show. But I mean, I'll admit those first 2 episodes were a little slow. Not my favorite, but it's kind of like, did you watch The Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I haven't.
No?
No. That's
damn, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I lost inspiration to. I don't know, like the last couple Marvel movies or like the last 5, it was just really entertaining.
Yeah, and you go to like the show.
It's weird. Like, I saw like the first half of the first episode, and then
you lost interest.
I mean, I'm gonna finish it just because I'm this committed, so might as well. Like I'm not gonna just leave a hole in.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, I was really hesitant to start it as well, just because like. It's a show that revolves around like secondary characters,
right?
And which I get why they're doing, but at the same time, like it can't be a Captain America without what's his guy's name, Chris Evans, the actor, because he to me like kind of like Robert Downey Jr. Like he's Iron Man, the same way this guy's Captain America, the same way, in my opinion, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, like. I hated Captain America.
You did?
He made me so mad. Just because he
was such a bitch.
Like, and I feel bad like saying it because I was like, oh no, like he's supposed to like represent like America, the people, and like I was like, oh, this guy's just like being like political here or something. Like, right. But no, he made me so mad, like especially like every interaction he had with Iron Man, because he was actually like, the smart guy, like. Yeah, and everything, and then you would have Captain America over here with his like philosophy quotes, just like being, I don't know. He just made me mad sometimes, like, especially I think Age of Ultron. That was
that movie.
My hatred for him.
Yeah,
it was for sure thing.
I mean, I remember when Age of Ultron first came out, I wasn't the biggest fan. But now that I'm older, and I rewatched it just a few weeks ago. Yeah. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, it is.
It is so good. But I get you because I mean that's what Civil War was all about, right? Like Tony, the very smart one. I mean Iron Man.
That's that one too. I was wrong. That's where my hatred. Really.
Yeah, he was the one that wanted to side with the government for his reasons. Right. But then, like you said, Captain America, the philosophical one, he was like, well, it's all about having a choice, right? Which I can see his point of view. But I mean, they did a really good job of like writing those 2 characters and like having them fight.
And to get like actually slightly political, like, I think the reason why I hated it even more was it was a perfect analogy. Like, it was. Like Iron Man was, I mean, like kind of society now, just like we're like
right.
It's like everything is just about technology, really. Like
yeah.
And then you have Captain America, which is what our government is. Like when they have all those meetings with all those like CEOs.
Yeah.
It's like they just come with the dumbest questions. Yeah, I think it was just some anger that I've just
some pent up.
Finally like
you needed an outlet for your anger, dude. I mean, that's what I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of what the Falcon and Winter Soldier is.
Okay.
It's more politics, but I feel like right now we're just living in a very like polarizing culture that involves politics, cancel culture, all that stuff. So. I mean, I feel like these studios are capitalizing on that, which I get is some things I agree with, but then other things I'm like, all right, guys, like,
See, that's what makes me mad about DC though. Like,
DC doesn't even try.
Why? Like, I want you guys to like capitalism. I want that to work for you guys. Like those, like the most recent movie.
The Zack Snyder Justice League.
Yeah, like. Like I said, I'm a Marvel fan. Like,
right.
So it's just so I guess I compare everything to kind of like what Marvel's doing.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like I mean it was a good movie, but because I think I read he's not trying to continue like any like sequels or anything like that.
Yeah, nah, not at all, because the studio shut him down.
Yeah, and I was so mad because they made like the villains like actually look better, and like they were really cool. Like I probably like them better than Batman, and like and then that other guy, the Thanos.
Oh, the dark side guy. Yeah,
dark side. Yeah, and like how are you not gonna make it like? Right. So you give us like 2 minutes of him, and then it's like, you know what? Like I'm gonna retire. Like this is...
Right. That's it. You're never gonna see me again. Literally, never gonna see him again.
Yeah, that made me really mad, just because.
Dude, right?
It was a 4-hour movie that I committed to, and then.
Bro, I mean, I thought it was gonna be an entirely different movie, which it was in a way, but I thought we were actually gonna see Darkseid like fight the Justice League, fight Superman, or see Superman like kill some people, like that evil Superman version. Right. But I can see why, because the director came out, Zack Snyder, and he was like, well, this was supposed to set up the entire universe. So, like, Man of Steel 2, the Batman movie, Justice League 2, and all that stuff going forward. So I feel like if you look at it that way, then this 4-hour movie did a really good job of doing that. Not only that, they left out a bunch of things, like the Green Lantern, John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern. They had him ready. You know, they just didn't include him in the final cut of the movie, so that would have added even more stuff to the universe. But I mean, I agree with you that Marvel knows what they're doing for sure. But I think it's kind of like a pendulum shift, because in the 80s and the 90s, it was all DC, it was all Batman movies, it was the Blade Trinity like sequels. I think Blade's Marvel, never mind. But it was a lot of DC titles, like 80s and 90s, and then. If you remember those early 2000 Marvel movies, like the Hulk,
like the first like Iron Man, like those like.
Oh no, this was like before.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
like the Hulk. I mean, that one was okay. Yeah. The only standout ones are obviously, in my opinion, like the original Spider-Man. Right. That was really good. But
aren't I thought
they're coming back.
Yeah, I get really confused sometimes because I don't know. I feel like I thought Spider-Man was DC, but then.
Oh, he's Marvel. No, so he's Marvel. Actually the third Spider-Man movie, this recent one coming out next year. Did you read about that? Like more spoilers ahead, supposedly.
The one with the 3.
Yeah, the 3 Spider-Mans. I'm like, bro, what? But it's really funny because, I mean, my nephews, one of them's 11, the other one's 7, and I'm over here 25 years old. So you see the generational differences. Right. So when we're talking about Spider-Man. My Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire.
Oh, yeah.
Damien's Spider-Man is, what's his name? Andrew Garfield from the Amazing Spider-Man series.
He was only in one, too. Right? Huh? He was only in one Spider-Man movie, I think.
I think it was 2. Oh, yeah, and then they canceled the third one. So he was the tall guy, long hair.
Yeah.
And then Julian's Spider-Man is Tom Holland, like the most recent one. So you definitely see it, and we all have our reasons for it. But
that original Spider-Man was...
Dude, he was the best.
That's probably top 3.
He was the best. Like I was a dog. The Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, is hands down like the best superhero movie.
The second one is with
Doc Ock.
Right.
Yeah,
okay,
and he's coming back too, supposedly.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina, the actor, dude, he's amazing. He's amazing.
When is this coming out?
Next winter, I think December.
Okay.
So I think it's like. No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
But supposedly all 3 Spider-Man are coming back, which is dope. I mean, I hope they do it. Yeah. I hope they can pull it off. I'm sure they can.
No, but going back to Eternals, like I'm really happy about that movie, just because like I really liked, like I liked like Marvel wise, like my favorite besides like probably like the OG movies.
Yeah.
I like like Thor, like the more space.
Oh,
like,
the space theme
one.
One?
They kind of like that one, and. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Bro, you're gonna love the third Guardians then.
Right.
Because supposedly, like, it really dwells... Not even that, and the fourth Thor movie, Love and Thunder. So Thor...
Right.
Like, those 2 movies are really supposed to dwell into, like... Or dive into the whole space exploration.
So I think...
Even more.
The third Guardians of the Galaxy... Thor is gonna be with them, I'm pretty sure, right? Because is that
that's how it ended, the Avengers, yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be really cool.
That was a dope team-up, though.
Yeah,
it worked for them, you know, because I mean, their humor, like they can go back and forth. Yeah. Whereas if you make a movie with like, say, Thor and Captain America, that's not really gonna work. You know, with just them.
Yeah,
two.
that'll make me more mad.
Yeah, that'll piss you off even more.
Yeah, no, that's not a good combo.
Nah, not at all, right?
But yeah, what else are you watching?
So I watched
Like,
right now, currently,
in general, like just movies or
just a bunch of movies, a bunch of shows. Netflix, dude. I low key like stopped checking Netflix.
yeah, I don't even have it anymore.
I know, just because, dude, for a while it was nothing but like dry ass series and episodes and like movies.
Right.
So I found more good stuff on Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Apple TV.
Did you watch
Invincible? Did you watch it?
So I watched the first episode. It's
What'd
goofy.
you think?
It's goofy.
It's goofy. Yeah. I could definitely see why people call it like the Rick and Morty of like superhero cartoons.
What?
But I mean, it's dope, dude. I'm on episode 7 right now, and it's pretty good. It's funny as hell.
No, I'll probably finish it.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Them.
Them?
Yeah, it's called Them. The movie.
Nah, I haven't
it's
seen
a show actually. So it, because Get Out and what was the other one? There's another one.
Us.
Yeah.
The same director guy?
No. It's like some random person that just like completely like stole his like.
Oh shit!
like I mean, I watched it all. It's decent.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It was trending on Twitter for a while. Like they were like making fun of them because
they completely stole the idea.
It was just like you watch the trailer and like, I mean, if you look at the wallpapers, you're like, you would think that it's the original people, but no. Okay. But it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you mad though.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
No, there's just so many scenes that are just.
Is it on Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just like a lot of like racist stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I saw a recent movie. Not to knock on Netflix, because I mean they started all this stuff, but I mean I saw a recent movie on Netflix. It's like a psychological thriller. It's called like The Woman in the Window.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Bro, it looks pretty good. Have you seen Shutter Island?
A while ago, I don't really remember much.
With Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a similar like storyline. I won't spoil it, but it's very. You see the similarities.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mind spoilers. Like if someone I'm gonna enjoy the movie. Like
either way,
because I mean
they're inevitable.
See, okay, what I've realized. Okay, so like at the beginning of COVID, like I was really watching a bunch of stuff, but then like the past 6 months, I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah,
like especially like I can get through a movie. Just because, I mean, I know like, it's like a one-time thing and I can just watch it. But TV shows...
It's different, right?
This is... Like, I know I can just... Like, this is going to sound horrible because I like watching stuff. But I could just, like, Google it and be like, oh, that's what happens? That's pretty cool.
Bro, that's what I did, low-key. Because the only thing that, like, turns me away from the series is if it's long... If the episodes are longer than, like, 40 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like, 20... I love when I find a series that has 20-minute episodes. Because I can like watch that. Because my attention span is not the greatest. You know, I'll lose. Yeah. I mean, my concentration, but not only that, like my motivation to watch the show will kind of go away. So that's what I did with Breaking Bad.
Like recently? You started watching it? Yeah.
No, I started watching it because I watched the first season 2-3 years ago. Then I got bored. Then I was like, let me revisit it. I revisited it like a few months ago. Got bored again. And I was like, let me just watch all the highlights on YouTube. Watch the ending on YouTube. And that's what I did, man.
I mean, that's how I got with that, like, even, like, Them.
Yeah.
Like, I watched, like, the first couple, or, like, the first 5 episodes. Like, I was actually, like, it was interesting, right? Like, like every, like, minute, like, I was, like, something was happening, right? So I didn't care. But then at the end, it just, I guess, for the record, like... Yeah. Kind of hate it. I don't really like it.
You hated it. It's just, damn, Chuy, you hate everything, bro. Everything pisses you off.
It just makes me so mad because, I mean, I'm not like an artist or like a writer or anything like that. So I guess I can't judge.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes like people will say a show is really good, or like the theme, or you know the hidden messages, and I'll try to pick up, but I can't.
Like that one started really good. Like it. Yeah. But then it gets really like. They lose it. Like it gets too like fantasy like and
like, you know what show is kind of like that? This is gonna sound mad corny and like it's gonna make me look weird, but Riverdale.
Oh, really? Okay, bro, I wasn't expecting that one.
I saw the first season, And I was like, all right, this is decent, you know, like it's similar to stuff. It reminded me kind of like of those high school series that kind of like Euphoria or 13 Reasons Why.
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, dope as hell.
That was really good.
Dope series.
The music, like the background, just the soundtrack,
kept
me on edge the whole time.
The cinematography, like all the colors that they use, the storylines was dope. But yeah, like I was saying with Riverdale, this show, it started off pretty decent. But then they just started like doing musicals and then dwelling into like the supernatural stuff, like really corny, cheesy shit. And I was like, man, fuck this show. I was like, I watched like one episode of season 2 and I was like, I was done with it. It's corny.
Yeah, I'm just mad now.
We'll be right back. This ad is brought to you by my barber Carlos. Guys, summer's coming up. It's the post-pandemic. You gotta look fresh. Ladies, if you're embarrassed by your man, if he's looking dusty, then book him an appointment with my barber, Carlos. He's currently located in Addison. The shop he works at is Skull and Thrones. His Instagram is Carlos_barber. So if you guys want to look fresh, want to look clean, want to impress the ladies, if you want to make sure your man's on point, then book an appointment with Carlos. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Random Dive, the show with no direction and low expectations. But you don't want to have low expectations when it comes to your hair. So, like I said, book an appointment with my barber, Carlos. At Carlos_barber. I probably butchered that, but yeah, just give him a shout out, follow him on Instagram, shoot him a DM, a message, book that appointment. Summer's coming up. You don't want to look dusty. Are you excited for summer?
Yeah. Like, okay, so me and Az were talking about this recently, and like we forgot like what it's like to like actually just one day be like, hey, let's pregame and then just go out to the bars. Because that's what we did Saturday, right?
Okay.
And like it was because the past year and a half now, I guess you had a reserve, and it was just always weird, like sitting somewhere, right? You couldn't just like show up.
How was that now? I mean, I haven't been out in the bars in a minute.
To be honest, we went to St. Charles. Yeah. And at least like the bars. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've gone a couple times, like the past year and a half, like kind of spread it out. And I don't know. They don't care.
They don't care.
Like I mean, nothing? Especially the most recent time, no mask, nothing inside. It was like not even to walk in.
Oh wow!
Like Jerry was saying I think it was at Flagship once, and they were like, "Oh no, you gotta take it off." Just because, take your mask because I don't think they wanted. That's what we all said. Because I don't think they wanted like that one like dude just being there with fear and like making the vibe sketchy. I guess I don't know.
Bro, you gotta go. You got your mask on? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Oh my god.
To walk in, we didn't have to.
Bro, that is so funny.
Yeah. It was alibi.
This dude cares about his health. He cares about his health. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Nah, that's funny. I mean, I get it though. Like, people are young. You want to go out. You're willing to take more risks. Plus, I mean, after like a year, you're just itching to go out. You're itching for that normal life to come back, And that's just how we are. We're social creatures. We're a social species, We love hanging out with people. We love being out. So I can see why people are, frustrated. Yeah. But at the same time, I also see why people are still taking precaution. It's normal. Both sides, I can respect both opinions.
To be honest, I just got used to it. Drive through, to like go anywhere really, like just my instinct is just have my mask on and just I don't know, it doesn't bother me. What
I will miss will be the masks at like grocery stores. Just wearing the mask in some places.
Kind of like Japan, how they always wear those.
Yeah, bro, because it like low key, it makes you feel like incognito, and then it relieves some social anxiety. Even though, for example, when I go to Target, it doesn't make sense, but sometimes I feel like everyone's staring at me, and I'm just buying dog food. So I'm like rushing the process of buying dog food. But then when you wear a mask, it kind of like, no one's looking. I don't look dumb, but I don't know. Maybe it's just all in my head. It is all in my head. But definitely at the gym too. At the gym, when you make stupid faces like while you're lifting, all that goes away with the mask.
Right. Because
Yeah.
do you still have to wear them at the gym?
Not currently. So you have to wear them upon entry. But then once you're at your designated workout station, you can take it off.
See, I think that's where like the transition has to just like like take the Band-Aid off. Just like, walking with the mask isn't gonna do anything when you're gonna be breathing.
Yeah, you're exposing
like
a closed
when
area.
you're actually like working out. Like what's gonna happen? Like the first couple steps. Like I don't know.
No, I feel that because like I said, you're in this like dome of like bacteria. It's the gym, you know. So like you said, wearing it in and out, like it's not gonna do anything if you take it off while you're working out. But then again, if the person's willingly going to the gym to work out, I'm pretty sure they're gonna risk it. Like me personally, like I've been going to the gym since it started, and I know the risk, I know what's gonna come. But to me, like I like it, I need to work out, So I'm willing to take the risk. Like I know what could possibly happen, but it's whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, like it'd be since they wouldn't have mentioned it to me. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have felt bad at all. Or I mean, I guess the taste and smell like just has to happen. Like nothing I can do about that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because it was definitely the funny thing about that was the first time I got tested. Yeah. It takes like 4 days, I think, because I went to those drive-through ones.
Oh, you didn't get the rapid test?
No.
I don't even know where to get a rapid test, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't do that for the first one, but it was funny because they called me back Saturday when I was already on weekend. Yeah. And like, I mean, I couldn't taste or smell anything, so I'm just like, okay, I definitely have it. But it was weird because the dude calls. Yeah. And he's just like,
my voice keeps cracking.
Oh, this is for your name, this and this and this. And then you tested positive, and then starts ranting about a bunch of disclaimers.
Oh, I heard about that.
And then he just stops talking, and I'm just like,
Is it?
Thank you.
Thanks, I got it. Cool. Is it a legit person or is it like a machine?
No, it's a real person. Because he's definitely just mumbling through all those disclaimers.
Oh, like, you're probably like his 100th call of the day. You're like, hey man, you got it, da 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 da.
Yeah, but I guess it was.
That's wild.
Because like later on, I think 2 months later, they called me randomly, and it was like some health department person just. I think they were just doing the tracking stuff, like, oh, like, where were you? Like,
oh, yeah.
But I was like,
my cousin, they did that to my cousin. He lives down in Chicago. And they were like, he was freaking out at one point. He goes, man, are they tracking me? He's like, they know I'm leaving my house. What's going on? But I don't know. You can get into conspiracy theories all day, I feel like. But yeah, bro, I want to thank you very much for coming. I think this was a great episode. I had a lot of fun filming this. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, it was good, no problem.
Yeah. If you guys were still watching, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to follow Chuy on Instagram, Twitter, his Venmo. What's your Venmo?
I have no idea, but I'm not no. I'm always on social media, kind of like Twitter, but I just like I can't actually like. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not that active.
Get into crypto, people. We were talking about crypto earlier. I feel like we can have an entirely other episode, like a new episode.
We can do another one.
Yeah, we can do another one. It's fun. But yeah, get into crypto. Start looking into that, people, because people are getting rich off of that. Shout out to Vince too for getting us into Safe Moon as well. So yeah, you guys can follow The Random Dive on Instagram and Twitter at The Random Dive. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on my videos on YouTube, The Random Dive. I will try to be back next week with a new episode, a new guest. Maybe it's going to be Chuy again. I don't know, but who knows. Once again, thank you guys very much. My name's Albert, and this is The Random Dive.